Hey there, welcome. Today, we're diving into the incredible power of a well-kept secret, especially in the world of business. We're going to uncover how the law creates this amazing thing called an equitable shield to protect a company's most valuable ideas.
So let's just jump right in with a question that gets to the heart of it all. Why isn't the world's most famous recipe, the Coca-Cola formula, patented? I mean, for something that valuable, you'd think that would be the very first thing you do. It just doesn't seem to make sense, right? Well, think about this for a second. For over 130 years, that secret has been kept under lock and key. That's way longer than any patent could ever last. So how did they do it? Well, it all comes down to a fundamental choice that every single innovator has to make. And that choice is what we're calling the patent dilemma. See, when you've got a brilliant idea, you're basically standing at a fork in the road, faced with a choice between two totally different worlds of protection. So on one side, you've got the patent. That's the one most of us have heard of, the big official route. But on the other side, there's this powerful and honestly often overlooked alternative, the trade secret. Coca-Cola looked at both of these options, and they made a pretty surprising call.
Okay, so this table really breaks it down. Look at the duration. A patent usually gets you about 20 years of protection. A trade secret, though, it could potentially last forever. But, and this is the big but, look at the disclosure requirement. To get that patent, you have to tell everyone your secret. A trade secret is the exact opposite. And that one little difference, well, it changes absolutely everything. Here's the deal with a patent. You're basically making a bargain with the government. They give you a 20-year monopoly, meaning you're the only one who can make and sell your invention. But what's the catch? In exchange, you have to publish a detailed blueprint for the entire world to see. And once those 20 years are up, it's a free-for-all. Anyone can use your idea.
And that is exactly what Coca-Cola wanted to avoid. They weren't just thinking about a 20-year head start. Nope, they were playing the long game. They wanted an advantage that could last for centuries. So they chose the other path, the path of potential eternal secrecy. They chose to protect their formula as a trade secret.
So you might be wondering, how does that even work? If the secret isn't registered anywhere, how can it possibly be protected by law? This is where the legal system gets really clever, with something I like to call the three-element shield.
The legal tool that makes all this possible is called an action for breach of confidence. What's cool about this is that it's not based on some big law passed by politicians. It's based on the court's own sense of fairness. Essentially, a judge can say, you know what, it's just not right for you to misuse information that was given to you in secret, and I'm going to stop you. The modern rules for this all come from a famous UK case back in 1969, Coco versus A.N. Clark. And no, that's not Coca-Cola, just a funny coincidence. This one case set up the three-part test that courts still use today to figure out if a secret deserves to be legally protected. And here's how that legal shield is built. It's a pretty straightforward three-part test. To get protection, you have to prove all three things. First, the information itself has to be confidential. Second, you have to show it was shared in a situation where secrecy was expected. And third, if someone used it without permission, it would have to cause you real harm. Let's break that down. Step 1. The information has to have a quality of confidence. That's just a fancy legal way of saying it can't be something that everybody already knows. The secret formula for Coca-Cola? Yeah, that definitely has a quality of confidence. Step 2 is all about the context, right? If you go shout your secret recipe in the middle of a crowded park, you can't really expect the law to have your back. But if you share that formula with a key employee as part of their job, then there's a clear, unspoken understanding that they need to keep it secret. That professional relationship creates the obligation of secrecy. And finally, step 3, detriment. This just means that if somebody leaked your secret, it would cause you real, actual damage. For a company like Coca-Cola, if a competitor got that exact formula, the harm to their business would be absolutely catastrophic. They'd lose that unique edge that makes them who they are. So, okay, we've been using this world-famous recipe as our main example, but this legal shield protects so much more than that. So what else can actually be a trade secret in today's business world? You might be surprised. Oh, the list is huge. Think about it. A company's super valuable customer list, a secret marketing strategy for a new product launch, a one-of-a-kind manufacturing process that saves millions, even a complex software algorithm like the one Google uses for search results, or a business plan you show to an investor. All of these can be protected as trade secrets.
So really, here's the bottom line. Pretty much any piece of confidential info that gives your business a competitive edge can be protected. As long as you actually take real steps to keep it secret, the law can provide that powerful and potentially eternal shield.
Which kind of leaves us with one last big question to think about. In our hyper-connected world, where information spreads like wildfire and everything feels public, what is the true value of a secret anymore? Well, if the story of Coca-Cola teaches us anything, it's that sometimes the best-kept secrets are the most valuable assets you can possibly have.